If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I rest my case. I don't know what else I need to possibly say about art, schmart, fart, doing it in the name of art. How art is pretty much just a word used to get away with anything, right? Because they call all this crap, this satanic crap that we see art. Marina Abramovich doing satanic rituals out in the open, calling it art. Well, you wouldn't expect anything less from the Huffington poop than an article like this. The powerful reason why this artist has been saving his urine for the last 200 days. So, folks, this is an artist. A trans man, trans female, who knows what, has been taking a leak in a container for 200 days. And they're calling it art. So pretty much what that means is every time you take a dump after you have a burrito, it's a work of art. Every time you wipe your rear end, it's a work of art. Every time you spit a loogie, it's apparently a work of art. What is an art, right? I mean, I'm trying to call my channel art, so at least I can have free speech, right? But they don't seem to want to let me do that. This person's name is, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Casillas? I mean, let's just call this person hepatitis C. Spent a good chunk of this week trying to ensure that the 200-gallon tank of urine he was installing at Ronald Feldman Fine Arts didn't leak through the floor and destroy all of the priceless art that currently might be stored in the gallery's basement. So this is on display at an art center, folks. Some tranny takes a leak for 200 straight days in a container, and it's a work of art. I mean, do I rest my case at this point? Go through the videos where I talk about art, and I just say how they could just name anything art. Take a leak, it's art. Whatever. Apparently it is, literally, because it's in a museum. This person says, can you even imagine? The transgender performance artist who uses both he and him and they and them pronouns asked me when we sat down to chat about his second solo show at the New York City Gallery. The show entitled Monumental. Yeah, monumental, all right. This is monumentally sick. Features a new work that he made by saving his urine for the last 200 days and collecting it in the tank. This person's probably a homeowner. I mean, who's funding this stuff? Comes to the door, says, hey, I'm gonna put this in the art gallery, 200 containers of my piss. And they're taking this serious. I mean, this is the Huffington Post. People go to this website for news. Now, we don't, me and you, the listener, because we know it's nothing but crap. But apropos, the name of the art display is called Pissed, which was created in response to President Trump's February decision to rescind President Obama's directive that transgender students should be able to use the restroom that corresponds with their gender identity. I mean, give me an absolute break. These are people that are roaming free. This person's employed, I would assume, somewhere. This is what they're calling art. Pissed will be unveiled at the gallery on Saturday night when, according to a press release for the show, this person will perform a related piece called Fountain and thereby complete the 200-day durational performance by linking their body to the minimalist structure. I mean, this is the world that we're living in right now. This isn't a joke. I mean, it's a joke, but somebody really did this. As a response to transgender people deciding that they should have the right to take a crap wherever they want. Meanwhile, people like me don't even have free speech anymore. And many others out there. No one seems to care about that, but I'm supposed to care that this thing right here wants to take a dump in whatever bathroom it decides. How about you just take the dump? Why don't you, better yet, why don't they just start wearing diapers? There's adult babies who wear diapers, right? That's some fetish. Why don't they just wear a diaper and get it over with? I mean, they'll probably smell better after the diaper dump than they do before, because from the looks of some of these people, I mean, get a look at this bowl cut here. It's Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. And of course, as you scroll down, this shouldn't surprise anyone. You can see a photograph from another previous art show of this person covered in gold leafing. Now, that's a trend that you see, right? We see it with KFC, with the gold leafing. I've shown you and done videos about this. Marina Abramovich has done this with James Franco. Gold leafing is a satanic ritual. That's what it is. These people believe that they're literally Egyptian gods. They gold leaf themselves. They now have these gold leafing type massages where people get covered in gold for their massage. I mean, it's insanity what goes on in this world. It really is. But this might take the cake. That somebody has decided to collect containers, pee in it, and that an actual art museum is putting this on display. I mean, really, what is next? Right? I mean, how about somebody eats Taco Bell for 200 days straight, puts everything that comes out of their body in a container each day? Is that going to be on display? Because that's what it sounds like. Oh, this is supposed to be a work of art. This is supposed to inspire us to stand up for what we believe in. Huh? It's a person taking a leak in a container, for crying out loud. And they call it art. This is how they mock us. You see, art doesn't exist. It's an excuse for them. Now, these art galleries and art museums are fronts for child trafficking. That's a fact. It's been that way for a long time, just like the daycare centers. The art gallery specifically, because they can launder a lot of money through there. Okay, you can go in and point at a painting, which literally somebody could have just thrown a turd on a piece of paper, put it in a frame, and say, wow, this is worth $30,000. Somebody would come in there and buy it. People go, well, it's worth whatever it is to its beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And it's a way for them to get away with laundering money through art. Well, what does the piece mean to you? You see all this sick stuff that they're doing with these art shows, these art conventions. But, I mean, this is just proving my point. I mean, I'm pretty positive in the video many of the videos I've done talking about art, that I've said, literally, taking a dump is going to be considered art. Well, here you go. This is what you get. And this person goes on to talk about the beauty of the gold leafing, and it's all a joke. The person says, it seems insane that I have to make a cube of piss for people to get this idea. I shouldn't have to make this. I should have to hold my own urine. I mean, people are going to go on display and see this thing. And this is apparently what's going on around the world. Is all these art shows are occurring where artists are coming forward speaking for transgender rights. Meanwhile, free speech is being taken away. Nobody seems to care about that. There's lots of people that I don't care for. I can't stand Satanists. I'm not up here advocating to steal their right to free speech. But they're taking it away from people like me. Meanwhile, I mean, we have fire ritual ceremonies. Like this person setting themselves on fire. This is art, folks. Look at this guy. Just setting himself on fire. Fire performance, still from the National Theatre, London, UK, 2015. This person just sets himself on fire and calls it art. People are like, that's beautiful. It's wonderful. I mean, people are insane. This world has lost its mind. Now you have this pissed on display in New York City. Anybody going to get tickets? I mean, people are going to pay money to go and see this freak show? To go sit in a room with somebody's 200 cans of piss? Is that art? Open up your septic tank in your front lawn and start selling tickets. Apparently it's the same thing. Pull over at a highway rest stop. Go find a Porto John in your town. Because apparently it's art. And soon you have to be paying money to go into the Porto John to see all the art that's been left below, sitting there with flies on top of it. Unbelievable. And of course, the Huffington Post talks about it like this is great. This is inspiring. This should be inspiring for other trans people out there to get the point across that they're pissed off and they're not going to take it anymore. So they're going to do things like pee in containers and continue to go me, 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 and look like a bunch of fools, because that's what these people do. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. But so is being a human being in the year 2017. So you tell me in the comments section below, what will be the next great work of art? What could it be? I mean, poop jokes aside, pee jokes aside, what in the... I mean, soon they're going to be just openly committing murder and saying it's art, right? Pedophilia is going to be art, right? Because it is art to them. So soon all this stuff will be public. Hey, I just murdered this guy. They just cut his head off. Or just, like I said with Jeffrey Dahmer. You see the Podestas have all the artwork in their house, which is all resembles the murders that Jeffrey Dahmer committed, the types of murders. And after Jeffrey Dahmer committed these murders, he made statues out of the people, out of his victims, and took photos. This is in the Podesta's house. This is the world. It's laughable because it's so insane how they get away with this stuff. And people will defend it. They'll go, oh, stop it. You're just being a hater. Let her express herself, right? But then people like me can't express ourselves even by talking. So anyone out there interested, you can go and attend the art show and stare at somebody who just took a leak into 200 containers, is probably getting paid to be there to do performance art. I mean, this world is an absolute joke. I can't even imagine how livid God is. It's disgusting down here. It really is. I thank you for listening to today's show. This video I dedicate in the name of art. God bless all of you and your families.